What if one day you just chose to walk away, not in body but in spirit? Imagine cutting loose those unseen ties that bind you to others. Have you ever wondered what would happen if you stepped back? Not out of anger, not out of spite, but simply because you needed to sit with yourself. Most don't get it, but there's a strange, almost eerie strength in distance. It's like pulling out of their gravitational pull throws everything off kilter. It's not just about them missing you, it digs deeper, darker, tugging at something raw inside them. When you step away, you carve out a void, and voids are never easy. Not because of what's gone, but because of what they expose. Here's the twist. Your absence doesn't sting because of who you were to them. It's because they can't bounce their own shadows off you anymore. Let's be real. People don't see you as you are. They see you as they need you to be. You're the screen for their fears, their buried wishes, their unspoken demands. When you walk away, it's not just a gap they're staring at. It's the broken pieces of the image they built on you. Ever notice how often they say you're vital, that they can't go on without you? Funny how those words always circle back to them, not you. Step away, and that mirage cracks. Then they feel something they can't name. Unease, frustration, guilt, dread. But above all, a question they dodge. Who am I if you're not here? It's wild to think someone might lean on you not for love, not for real connection, but because you prop up something they're scared to face alone. That's the truth lurking in so many relationships. We're mirrors, sure, but we're also crutches. Pull away and they stumble, forced to peek at what they've been dodging. What hits them when you're gone? Some call it sadness, others resentment, but it's messier than that. It's a shapeless ache, a primal jolt they can't pin down. It's the ripple of what they've buried. What stirs in their heads when you leave? What ghosts do you rattle awake? And why does that simple choice to step back kick up such a storm in their souls? We're not skimming the surface today. We're diving into the muck, what they feel, what they won't say, what they shove under the rug, and why this quiet act of stepping away can rip open the hidden corners of their minds. Buckle up, this isn't a cozy ride. There are no pat answers, no truths that won't squirm under your skin. This is a plunge into the tangled mess of human emotions, the places most run from. If you're still here, something in you gets it. Stepping away doesn't just shift your world, it rocks theirs, especially those who don't know how to stand without you. That's the riddle we're cracking. When you pull back, something odd kicks off. They start spinning a story about you, but it's not you. It's who you were to them, what they lose without you there. They stitch together a version of you that doesn't even match reality, hunting for clues, patterns, anything to make sense of why you left. But here's the catch. They're not trying to figure you out. They're scrambling to excuse themselves. Your absence shoves a question in their face they never wanted. How much of me was tied to them? For folks who parade strength and self-reliance, that's a gut punch. They relied on you more than they'd ever copped to, and then it shifts. They rewrite you, not because you've changed, but because they need a take on your exit they can stomach. Some paint you as a saint, suddenly priceless now that you're gone. Others turn you into the villain, selfish, disloyal, because blaming you beats owning their wobble. It's wild how it plays out differently depending on what you meant to them. For some, your absence cuts fresh. For others, it tears open scars they thought were closed. And for a rare few, it's a mirror flashing their deepest dread, being stuck with themselves. That's where it gets messy. At first, it's all heat, anger, bewilderment. But time stretches it out, makes it fuzzier. They start wondering if they ever really knew you, or just saw what they wanted. That doubt, it gnaws. Your leaving isn't just a moment, it's a symbol, a power shift they didn't sign up for. And losing the reins always breeds static. The kicker? They'll swear you weren't that big a deal until you're gone, and the cracks they hid start glowing. What they feel isn't about you, it's what your distance drags into the light. There's something brutal in how your stepping away tests the ties you leave behind. It often shows that so many bonds aren't built on love or respect. They're propped up on convenience, quiet trades, needs nobody names out loud. When you snap that setup, they don't just lose you. They lose a footing, a compass, a balance you didn't even know you were holding steady. So here's the ugly question. What's left of them without you? Some shrug it off, latch onto new threads, adjust. But for others, that hole you leave gapes wide. They don't know how to patch it because you were anchoring something massive that's now tilting. And here's the flip side. It hits you too. Stepping away isn't just dropping ropes. It's a gut check, a dare to say, I need me more right now, even if they don't get it. That takes spine, and it's not painless. But today we're zeroing in on them, how your exit sparks fires in their heads, their hearts, their worlds. Trust me, it cuts deeper than it looks. When you go, it's quiet at first, like a thunderclap you don't hear till later. They brush it off. It's fine. They'll be back. They tell themselves it's no big shift, but under that, something's creaking. They know it's not the same. And that flicker of why, with no answer, plants a seed that sprouts slow. Did I mess up? Push too hard? Not see them enough? The questions creep in and the jitters follow. But the real kicker, your leaving makes them rethink who they are. You were woven into their days, their vibe, even if it wasn't loud. Without you, they've got to untangle that and rebuild, and that's no small feat. Here's the poetry in it. They start recalling you, but it's not the real you. It's the you they need to fit their story, their hurt, their why'd they go. Some polish you up. They were everything, and I blew it. Others sharpen the edges. They never cared anyway. And the rare ones, the bold ones, face it. Maybe I never saw what they needed. That's when the mystery peaks. You turn into a puzzle from afar. They wonder what you're up to, if you feel the pull. That loose end drives them nuts, not because they can't solve it, but because they can't steer it. You broke the rhythm and chaos loves a broken beat. The irony? While they're piecing their world back together, you're wrestling too. Stepping away isn't a clean break. It's a leap, a mirror of your own. I need space, you say, even if it stings. If this hits home, if you've walked away, felt the fallout, or had someone leave you, I want you to think, how much of your calm hinges on others? How much are you ready to release to find it? Drop this in the comments if it lands. The void doesn't define me, it frees me. Say it if this stirs something, if you see yourself in these words. And if you're not subscribed, hit that button. We dig into the stuff others sidestep, the raw that reshapes you. Stick around. Because here's the last twist. Your leaving, tough as it is, might spark their growth. Sometimes the best push isn't staying, it's showing them they can stand solo. They might not see it yet, but that could be your biggest gift. What's next isn't just a thought, it's a wake-up call. It might flip how you see your ties, your choices, and most of all you.